Welcome to another progress report for the Foundation. This week I don't have a whole lot visually to show you, and there's a couple of major reasons for that. As I was going back through and working on the code to have the groups of interest detect things, I encountered a lot of bugs and really bad coding decisions that I'd made earlier on. So I had to fix some of that code, and that took some time. And I wasn't really expecting that, so it set me back a little ways. The good part of it is that for the most part that system I'm using is really solid, and it's saving me a lot of time working on sending things across the world and interacting with these events that are happening all across the world. It's pretty solid. Just a few little bugs here and there that I'm encountering as I go through. Another thing, I found that there was a major bug with my notification system. Apparently after about 5 notifications, it just didn't make any more notifications. And I hadn't really got that before, so I had to take some time to fix that as well. Then also this week I've been doing some thinking, and I realized that I really need to step up my game on marketing and spreading the word. In order to justify my continued development of it, I need to at least have a pretty good amount of people that are following it and wanting to see it completed. So far, the statistics that I see suggest that I don't really have that many people looking at it or interested in it. So this week I did a lot of research into marketing and found several ways that I can improve myself. I did launch a Facebook page for the game, and I am working on getting a better Twitter and blogging schedule going to be more consistent with the content that I put out there. As part of it, I've been doing a lot of looking into cleaning up my blogs, so I sunk a bit of time into that. However, I did get the group of interest detection of events working. They can't really increase their ability to detect yet, but they do have a set amount of detection based on the bases they build at the beginning, and it'll be easy enough to give them some actions that they can choose to do in order to increase their ability to see events. So this is a demonstration of this. So here we have an event, and if you notice, there is no group of interest actively pursuing this event at the time. So you can see that they haven't detected this event yet. Currently, the code's set up so that whenever the enemy sends out whenever a group of interest sends out a transport, you will be able to detect it immediately. This is because I haven't figured out how exactly the detection mechanics are going to work for something like planes that don't have to be within any of your agent's realm of influence. I imagine that in the long run I'm going to have some sort of sensor devices that you have to build in your bases in order to expand your radar or satellite coverage across the globe. For the moment those mechanics aren't in place, but the code hooks and things are in place so that those transports that the groups of interest send around can be undetected at first and eventually be detected by Foundation surveillance. If we speed up here, you'll see that a new notification has come up that there's been an unregistered transport craft has been detected. So if I click on that like any other notification, it'll take me here, and you'll see that this group of interest transport has now detected an event, and it is moving towards it. So if we speed it up, we can see, whoa, what was that there? Let's slow that down. Oh, so it went to an event over here on the other side of Greenland that we hadn't even detected yet, but it detected it separately of us. It went, picked up the item there, and now it's flying back with the item. I also did a lot of work into, but it's not complete enough to show you yet, still pretty buggy. But I did some work into being able to intercept these transports. So here I have a menu that if you click on an enemy transport, instead of giving you the ability to recall, in here you have the option to be able to launch intercepts. If you have interceptor aircraft, fighter planes, that sort of thing, near enough to the location of the transport, you'll be able to launch those fighters and take out the jet or force it to land and then get the materials for yourself instead. For now though, that isn't in place I suspect that'll be done next week easy, because most of the code's there. I just need to debug it and get it done. In fact, if you're watching on my IndieDB page, you'll notice that I actually posted the 3D model for the beginning interceptor craft. So that's the main things visually in code that I've worked on this week. So next week, there's a few things to polish up on detection, but just a tiny bit. There's a few things with that interception left that I need to polish up. Probably the bulk of next week will be improving the amount of actions and things that the AI can do. That also reminds me that this week I spent a little bit of time working on the personnel details. There's nothing to show yet, but I've been working and brainstorming and designing a way to display their information on the details page. And hopefully by the end of next week I'll have that complete and be able to show you that as well. I think it's going to be a pretty clever method of showing the details, so I'm excited about it. Alright, so that's the progress for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next week.